Hi, I'm Iliza Shlesinger. I think it's the fact that it was initially such a labor of love. Like, I didn't do it for any other reason that it was a creative outlet besides stand-up. Because I came from like a sketch improv background, and sometimes there are certain points that are best illustrated with a monologue that has pictures or with a sketch, and it was just a chance to get to do something creative during the week. And so I guess watching I hate the word metamorphosis, but like watching it get fans and get some momentum and get inside jokes and have like this mini cult grassroots following is just so cool. If you go to a show in like the middle of Iowa and someone's like PR, or like they get like one of the jokes, it's like so heartwarming. You're like, oh, I'm not doing this in front of my bathroom mirror. Like, people like it. And the coolest part is that I took the sort of the structure of it and the energy of it, and we put it into a pilot that VH1 bought. Well, they didn't buy the pilot, but they bought the idea to make the pilot. So we're working on that right now. So just knowing that, like, if you really stick to your integrity and your guns and what you like, you can get that made into a big piece of art. Well, to me, the essence of the show is me, and that sounds like I'm the essence. It smells like me. It's me, and it's the dynamic I have with Alexis. I don't think anyone has a female sidekick, and we are best friends in real life. She's not my best friend, but she's close. Don't tell her that. And so we have that, and that's organic, and just the back and forth that she and I have and the dynamic I have with the audience. So it's all of that, which is what you get at my stand-up in some distilled form. So it's that, and that's 1,000% in the show. And then of course it's gonna be more polished for TV. We can't have me sit there and go, what else? You fucked up royally. We can't, no more news. I'm very tired. Like, that's not gonna fly. But the outline we like a lot, like the straightforwardness. We have like a who should be shot. I think on TV it might be like who should be slapped or something, but it's kind of like, it's like when you watch sketch comedy that like at Second City or something that then gets turned into sketches on SNL. Like, you see the genesis of it and you see what it becomes. Like, you can kind of see the design in the marble, you just gotta chisel it out. If the show got picked up, I think that comes with the territory, unless you're doing it for like the Playboy channel or something. I think that comes with it, and I even try, even though the show is somewhat chaotic, you still have to be mindful of the fact that it is going out there. So if you say something that is funny but sounds racist, like, you have to keep in mind that there will be backlash. So we try to be mindful of that, and we always, well, not always, but within the last year or so, have tried to polish each episode and make it a little bit nicer than the last, even though it might not look like it, with the idea that it might become a show. So we were kind of like grooming it. And so I think that I'll get to pretty much say whatever I still want. I don't want to say whatever I want, because that's a huge responsibility, because you will have to back that up. So I pride myself on only saying stuff that I could really back up, and not just making bitchy remarks about celebrities or something. Like, if you're an awful celebrity, I'll tell you to your face. But for the most part, I don't know, I think I keep it pretty true to myself and true to itself. So I'm like, she might see that. Like, if this show goes and you're in arenas with other celebrities, like, they might, not that they'd ever do the research or know how to use a computer, but they might go back and see that, and then I'd have to stand by it and be like, I have balls of steel, you're a bad person, made a sex tape. That's what you're famous for. I went to college. We're done. That's So Cute was a pilot, dead in the water, for NBC. It was such a great idea. It's America's Funniest Home Videos, but you're not seeing Dad get like nailed in the balls. Like, some of those clips, those people probably died. And we're like, oh my God, he had a barbecue. And he's probably like in traction right now in a hospital still. So That's So Cute was just cute things. Like, cute clips have amassed over like 1 billion hits on the internet or something. And so it's just heartwarming stuff, which the world needs right now more than ever. So it was cute clips battling it out. So it's heartwarming stuff like Dad Comes Home from the War, which is actually a show now. I think it's called Coming Home. Or like a rabbit eats a bunny, or like a kitten falls asleep in a cup. And it's just, and it's really about asking people what you find cute, what makes something cute. So it was exploring that. It was such a good idea, and it's a shame that it didn't go. I think, you know, everyone's multifaceted, and you have interests besides comedy. I love animals. I'm not like a hardcore PETA fanatic that goes around naked, not wearing any sort of animal fibers. I don't think I wear anything animal. No, cotton's not an animal. But I have a dog, and I'm crazy. Like, my pets, I like go nuts over them. I had a cat, it died, not my fault. And so I just love animals, and I love cute things. Like, I Google cute things all the time. I've looked at like cute websites. Like, I just like that. And so I was like, I could be surrounded by this and be on TV. You get to deal with a subject you like and be on TV. You know, it's not like World's Greatest Bricklayers or something. It's something like somewhat interesting. Like, I don't know. So I like the idea, and we went in, and it was I didn't have to audition. I went in and had a meeting at NBC. and they had this idea, and I was like, here's why I'd be so great. And I tried to sneak my dog onto the lot, but security stopped me. And they're like, great, we'll shoot it. It was that easy. It was just one of those like lightning in a bottle moments. So yeah, it's a shame. It would have been fun. At the end of the day, I wouldn't have agreed to do the show if I didn't get to be funny. And I even said in the audition, you can find a more attractive girl to read cue cards. It's Los Angeles. Like, you can go get a model that can stand there half retarded and be like, coming up next, and like, whatever. But they were like, no, because I rewrote my audition. Most comedians will do that. You come in, you read some lines, and you make them your own. And that's what they want you to do. So I came in, I made it funny, and they were like, yeah, we want you because, like, I was hired because of my mind. Like, I'm also not heinous, but like I said, you can get a prettier girl to do it. So the fact that I was funny is what got me the job. So everything that comes out of my mouth, aside from the little throwaways, like, all right, coming up next, or how was the date, I get to make jokes and I get to be funny, and the pilot was steeped in that humor. And that's the reason I was like, I'm okay with this. I didn't feel like I was not being true to my roots, and I didn't feel like I was compromising my integrity, because it's not cheesy. You know, it's dating. Dating's never gonna, you know, it can always be a little cheesy, but it's the same people that did Blind Date, and that show was funny. It's one of those shows where, no, you're not going to rearrange your life to watch it, but you will come home at 1 in the morning and be like, this is on? Hell yeah, I'll watch 4 episodes of this and waste my life. I love it. So, please don't quote me as saying I'll waste my life. That sounds bad. But, yeah, so we did it, and we've been shooting this week. It's a hectic schedule. It's a heavy schedule. They ordered 130 episodes. So it's a lot of, so tell me about your date. But it's an exercise in walking the fine line between making fun of someone and laughing with them. And I think I walked that nicely. I think if you come from a place of love, like, look, it's never acceptable to be like, look at that girl's face, it's messed up, she has a stupid ear. Like, that's horrible. Like, there's nothing she can do. If you're wearing a weird outfit, you can kind of poke fun at that. If you're coming from a place of love and a place of humor versus angry or bitchy, and I think a lot of girls aren't able to distinguish that, I think it will always come out okay. If you're not doing it to hurt the person's feelings, which I'm not. And also, you can always, like with men, you can make fun of them a little bit more than girls. With girls, you have to be sensitive. And so the other thing is, if you dig your grave, you're gonna have to lay in it. So if you come on our show and act like an animal, I'm probably gonna call you on it. But if you come on and you're just a sweet girl, I would never say anything mean, because I know what that's like. You don't want someone just by sitting there, someone's gonna make fun of you. That'd be horrible. So you really have to take into account feelings and really search for the more intelligent, funny joke. Look, I'm gonna make some jokes on there that probably aren't the best. Some of them are gonna be awesome. But I think as long as you're always trying to be the best comic you can be, and if it doesn't come from a mean place, you'll be all right. First of all, I just wanna say that any first date that didn't go well was not my fault. He was stupid. I also don't do a lot of first dates. I very quickly go from first date to, and this is my boyfriend. So, but I have gone on 1 or 2 dates. I went on a date one time. You wanna hear about the date? I went on a date one time with a guy who was like a neurosurgeon, and I didn't know that like surgeons are crazy. Like, doctors have these weird God complexes and they're weird. So we're sitting there, he ordered food, I didn't want anything to eat. I don't know, we're sitting there, and he was good looking enough. I wasn't like wild about him, but I was like, if he has a good personality, okay, and he's obviously intelligent. And then he started telling me about how he brings a unicycle everywhere he goes. And I was just like, okay, that's weird. He's like, I just like to like look at the city. I'm like, no, you like to be the center of attention. And guess who else likes to be the center of attention? This lady. So I was like, okay, everyone's quirky. I like to watch Law & Order SVU and eat graham crackers without my shirt on, like whatever. But, so that, I was like, okay, I wasn't that into him. He texted me the next day, and this is what did it. Like, however I am on stage, and I'm not raunchy, but I am very honest and blunt, but I am a lady at the end of the day. Like, I would never do anything that I would regret past the age of 25. And he sends me a text that's just like, I was going to Cleveland to do the improv, and he's like, hey, are you in Cleveland yet? I'm like, no, I'm on my way there. And he's like, ever heard of a Cleveland steamer? And I'm like, you're a medical doctor, and like, you don't know me. And I was like, I just wrote back, never text me again. Like, that's such an inappropriate thing to ask a woman. Okay, what if the answer is yes? Now what? Now where do we go from there? Now I know. Now you can bring me home to mom? Eat it. And then one time I went on a date, and we got plastered. We went to like a hip hop club. We were the only white people, and to get us in, I lied to the bouncer. I was like, this is my cousin. I'm trying to show him a good time in LA. Do you know where we can go? And they let us in for like 40 bucks, and we go in, and we like made out. And then they were like, that's your cousin? I'm like, we're white. I'm from the South. Leave me alone. Made out. And then we decided to drive home. I didn't know how drunk he was, and then we got pulled over. And the cop was like, have you had anything to drink? And he was like, no. And I was like, we were just sitting there, and we didn't go to jail. He was like, all right, go. Like, it was just the fact that we had been pulled over for DUI. That was unfortunate. And then someone's just staring at me in the window. And then we made out, and then he annoyed me, so I never talked to him again. I'm trying to think of like a good one. I'm trying to think. Nothing really bad is there. I have friends who like horrible things have happened to them. Like one guy an hour before their date called, he's like, you know I have a girlfriend, right? We're just like into this whole swing thing, and it's like, what? No one's okay with that. I guess I've been pretty fortunate. Yeah, no one's gonna like that I said that. Like, I just get really great guys to date me. You have to know how to pick them. Don't be stupid, that's the other thing. Like, he's covered in tattoos and he listens to a lot of like anti-Semitic punk rock. Well, he's probably gonna hit you. So, I've definitely learned that usually when you think you walk in a room, you're super self-conscious and you're like, oh my God, everyone here hates me. Chances are not only do they not hate you, they probably just don't even care that you're there. That happened to me earlier today. I walked into a room and I just felt like I walked in by myself. I didn't expect all those people to be there. And when it's comics, everyone gets a little self-conscious. And then someone came up to me and they were like, I know you from TV. And I was like, wow, that made me feel so much better. Because I like, just as a comic or as a successful comic, you always wonder like, do these other comics hate me? Do they resent me? Do they like me? You never know. And comics aren't very good about being like, hey, I love you, you're amazing. It rarely happens. So I think it's that you have to have blinders on and not worry about other people. And that's probably served me the best and helped me working hard. Because if you're always concerned with what other people are doing, like you can use it for motivation, but if you're always concerned with other people, you're not gonna work on yourself and your craft as much. Also, I think this too shall pass is a quote that I've always tried to live by. Because there have been times where it's like so-and-so is mad at you, or this person heard that, or they didn't accept you for this showcase, or you didn't get this interview. And it sucks for about 5 minutes, and then you realize that all that stuff, all that media just goes out into the ether, no offense, and tomorrow no one cares. So while it means the world to you today, it probably won't tomorrow, or it will continue to eat at you. Like all I want right now is to get my headshot up at the manicure shop where they do my nails, because this other comic has hers up there. And it like kills me that mine's not up there. So I brought one to them and I brought it to my car. I'm gonna bring it to them when I get back. I have to wait for my nails to be ready. But that's like, it's like, it really is about the small things. And it's so weird how little things mean so much to you. Like I remember all I wanted was to be a paid regular at the Comedy Store or the Laugh Factory or to be a working comic. And then you slowly achieve these things and and then you're like, how could that have ever meant so much to me? And the good news is it's never enough. If you have an insatiable appetite, you'll probably be successful because but yeah, it's always so funny what the little things, your little achievements. Like the nail thing is ridiculous. To me, it's a big deal. But I was able to shake off the fact that I didn't get the Tonight Show. I was like, gotta get my nail thing. So that every one of them knows that I was on Last Comic Standing 3 years ago. At the end of the day, comics will respect you or not, and it's so not your concern, because all you can do is be the best comic you can be. And if that doesn't get you the respect of some random person that runs a room in some cool part of town, oh well. Or if that doesn't get some booker to like there will be just as many people, if not more, that do like you. So for a show, I have the utmost confidence in my abilities to like turn it on and just do it and just crush. And that's what I do. Look, you always have your point of view, so everything evolves from that. And then you just, like, when I'm reading the newspaper looking for stories, I read a headline and then a joke comes to your mind or an idea. And then if you think about it, I don't know. I always, that writing process thing makes me feel like I need to have a writing process, like some writer, like as if there's some comic sitting there like transcribing on his computer and then filing it away in a box. It's just different. If it's like we have to write a sketch, then you think more in terms of a scene and dialogue.
What is this?
Oh my goodness, hi.
What are you guys doing?
It's an interview. I don't know what to do with kids. Do you want to be a part of it? Do you want a bracelet?
What's an interview?
Oh, it's something adults do for fun.
How do you make one?
You sit in front of the camera and you pour your heart out to people who are mildly interested. Do you want to be in the camera?
Okay.
Okay.
What are you doing?
She wants to know. Hi. You say hi?
Hi.
Bye. There's a bug on me! I'm just kidding. Let it go.
Bye.
Bye. Get off me. Just sitting with this ladybug. That kid was awesome. She was so inquisitive. Ew, it's crawling up my arm.
Get out of here.